All right. A very, very interesting trade deadline coming up here. Before we get to it, first and foremost, when it comes to contract situations, Nemec is willing to re-sign. He wants $7 million a year. That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad. Interesting. I think if we were to get a better head coach, like basically it's $2 million less than what David Yarechek would have gotten paid. And again, they're very, very similar players. I think we keep him. I think we keep him then. Especially as the team gets better around him. He wanted over 9 before the season. Exactly. I've killed his hope and optimism. I think we send him that deal. 7.1. Yeah, we'll sign that right now. You don't have any friends. Oh, whatever. Well, we'll see if he takes that deal. And if he does, that puts us into a really weird... Ooh, Monahan is finally regressing being on the 4th line. It's morale, too. He is not happy about being on the 4th line. I can't blame him. Typically, he's on the 3rd line. We play the Flyers, who are also bad, and we beat the Flyers. Nemec has accepted the extension. Okay, so we're going to have... Okay, we're going to have a decent little setup here heading into the deadline. I think we just go right for it. And we can explore our options. Guess his friend said yes. We are going to list ourselves as sellers, not that it makes too much of a difference. But we're going to see. Mo Sider's still out there. Cutter Gauthier. Yeah, I mean, there's some good players out there, but nobody where I'm like, oh my God, we have to trade for them. Check where Nashville and Seattle are in the standings. That would probably be a smart idea. That would probably be quite wise. Nashville currently in a playoff spot. Seattle's on the outs, but not by much. So both picks of theirs would be long shots to be top 10, I would say. But really quickly, if we go to the old trade finder, Carnage, what's up, by the way? It's decent enough value. Look at our goaltenders, Dobin, Ravensburg, and we're not going to trade anybody in goal because there's really nothing that we can get, right? Defensively, Werenski, Nemec, Kapanen, and Goodrow, everyone's staying. There's this guy here that we acquired on waivers, Tony Coe, who is fine. He's fine. But we have Berglund there. I mean, you could argue Berglund's only going to end up being as good as Coe, and that neither are particularly great. Is Phil Kessel still in the game? I think he's on the free agent list, but I'm not entirely sure, actually. Villanova's starting to be unhappy with the team. What could we get for Coe if we were to deal him? 2nd round pick. Prospector, we don't know how good he is. An equivalent forward. 2nd and a 3rd from Dallas. That's not bad. More draft capital is always good. P. Bissonnette. On the Sens. An appropriate fate. Peter Chekhov in goal. I mean, 2nd and 3rd round picks for Coe, certainly not that bad. And then Berglund would have to see some big developments. 2nd and a 5th. 2 3rd rounders. 2nd and a 5th. So we could get 2 seconds and 2 thirds for these two, which isn't bad. That's not bad at all. I think we take that, right? Like, we know they're not going to be too crazy. And even if they develop, they're cut out by this locked-in top 4. I think we can get rid of them and cash in. And that way we have some maneuverability at the draft to get people that are higher than a medium 4. So Callie Berglund, we are going to send you to Dallas for a second and third, and we are going to send Tony Coe to Winnipeg for a second and a third. That's pretty decent business for us there. If it will let me? Hello? I think Winnipeg took the picks off the table. They must have completed another trade. Ah, shit. It might have to be a second and a fifth then. That was just poor timing. Winnipeg completed a different trade. We'll take a second and a fifth. I mean, it's either from the Rangers or from Chicago, and both teams have been really good. We'll take it from the Rangers. There we go. Okay, so 2 seconds, a third, and a fifth. Not that bad. Can I move Grachev for anything? No, nobody wants him, which means no one's probably going to want Villeneuve or anybody else there. So that's okay. Right wing side. Waz up to an 87. Even though his point total sucks and he's not going to win the Calder, he is getting better. We'll keep showing mockers. Again, Riopel's on the third line right now. He's not bad. Can we move Kapanen, who's probably not going to develop? Third and a fourth. Third and a fourth. Is anybody going to offer up a second for this guy? Looks like third and a fourth is about the best we're going to do. Unless we wanted like Thatcher Demko. 2/3 from Tampa? That's not that bad. The guy's a long shot to make it. Oh, cool. We could get Pierre-Luc Dubois. Monahan. Patience. Am I at centers yet? Patience. We'll take 2/3 from Tampa because Kapanen's never going to develop. It's about the most value he'll ever have. Left wing side. Ekberg. How's he done? Got 12 points in 20 games. That's not bad. It's like, do we flip him or do we to put Menier back on that top line spot? Or what can I get for Ekberg? 2/3. A second and a third from Vancouver. Ekberg's 23. How much better is he really going to get? He's not bad. He's not bad. He should be an RFA at the expiry as well. But again, we have Menier, who we're trying to train up. I don't think Ekberg's ever going to be like that top dog, though. Not that Menier is ever going to be that top dog, in fairness. But in terms of playmakers, Ty Menier is better in that role. Ekberg, I mean, you were a free second and a third round pick since we got you on waivers. Let's send you out to Vancouver. Ty Menier gets called back up. DeMaio might end up being something. Bear Pogge is never going to be anything. No trade value. And then at center, we do have to make the tough call, but we got to flip Sean Monahan as our captain. He's 36 years old. We got to give him a chance to win a cup because it's just not going to happen here. Anderson's in a second. Can we get a... Hey, Jack Reeves. Can we get a first round pick? 2 seconds, including our own second. And Konko. Geispers. So either prospects that we'll have to see how good they are, or we just take 2 seconds from Ottawa. I'll take 2 seconds from Ottawa and a dude. I want the picks. So Sean Monahan dealt at the deadline. Now's the right time to deal Pinelli, too. He's actually got some value. 2/3. 2/3 for our freaking 13th forward is pretty good. We'll take that. We'll take that. And then Engren? I can't imagine anybody wants you. Yeah, okay. So all in all, not bad. Not bad. In terms of the amount of people to be able to move on from, I mean, we have a ton of picks now, and now we can go talk to Ottawa and say, hey, any interest in moving that first round pick? I doubt it. But we have a hell of a lot of draft picks now, which is nice. We took our shots. We could never quite push through. Of course, Ottawa, we traded them back. Brady Tkachuk. Fuck. Fuck. Of course. Well, at least Sean Monahan might win a cup this year. Any interest in you know what? We might as well just wait until the draft at this point. Yeah. But in terms of the picks that we have, 2 firsts, 5 seconds, quite a few thirds as well. So, not bad. We do need to find a big-time project goalie for the future, but again, our top 4 in defense is locked in, and we still have some movable pieces. We got to figure out where everyone's going to kind of fit in, but that's about the best we're going to do at this deadline, unless there is a team that is willing to move their first-round pick, which is always unlikely. Yeah, I've made note to EA about that. Like, dude, first round picks are like never on the block at the deadline. It's crazy. Like, that's when first round picks get moved. Do we see any like top notch prospects? Like Cutter Gauthier is there. He doesn't fit the team at all right now, though. He's not doing particularly well in Anaheim. Yeah, in terms of like a top line power forward, it's just not what we need for that line. And then there's just some of the prospects the Bruins are looking to give up. They're okay, but is anybody looking? Is anybody looking to move a medium elite? Seider and Rasmussen don't fit. Anybody looking to move a medium elite prospect? Or similar to what we've seen in the past with like Robert Thomas, Timmy Stützle, Kent Johnson. You know, we might just have to reunite with Kent. Things just haven't worked out for either side since we split up. We just always find our way back to Kent. We always find our way back to Kent, don't we? He doesn't really fit the team this... Well... Ooh, he could fit the team. He could fit the team. I'm not saying we're reuniting with Kent Johnson, but I'm not saying that either. Things have not worked out for either side since we've split. But I gotta be honest. Ready, what team was he on? If we move Lindstrom back to the left and have Kent Johnson feeding Wah pucks as a top-notch playmaker, it could work. It could work. Just after New Jersey? Noted. So this would take away Meniere's spot, so we could have him in this trade. We could have him in this trade because he wouldn't have a pathway through. Anybody else? I mean, DeMaio is a low elite, like whatever. If we give up Angren, we give up Grachev. How much more? What about Ottawa's second rounder? Because we know Ottawa is a good team this year. Give up Chicago's third. It might cost 2 seconds, but Meniere, Engren, Grachev. That is not the name of the song. It's Rage Against the Machine, though, Meg. Menier, Engren, Grachev, 2 seconds. Shit. All right, this is going to be more expensive than I wanted, but what if we use Harima in goal since they want him? What else do you want here? They do want Hadobin. Dobby's not bad, but we could use him. Still not enough. Okay. We got an hour to try to find a way through with this trade. It's going to take another pick because I don't want to give up Lamb or Schoenmakers yet. We should have the AI counter as opposed to just reject. I agree. 2K had that system way back when, and it was awesome. What if we use that Chicago third? So 2 seconds a third, Harima and Menier. 3 seconds? I mean, we have the seconds to give up. 3 seconds, Menier and Harima for Kent Johnson. Do you have anybody with negative trade value? Nope, do not discard the trade. Do you have anybody with negative trade value that we could take off your hands? No. No, they don't. I mean, dude, it's Kent Johnson. In theory, he would fit really well with this team. Why are we adding? For the future, my man. For the future. What if we use the Chicago third? 3 seconds a third and Menier. 4 seconds? 4 seconds and Menier for Kent Johnson. You gotta be fucking kidding me, sweeten it just a touch. 4 seconds and Menier to get Kent Johnson back and have him center a line with Lindstrom and Waugh. Kent, bring it in, buddy. Bring it in. Come home, Kent. Kent! Come home, Kent! Oh, it's worth it. How dare you? How dare you? It is worth it. You know why? Because memes are always worth it. As Andrew Kopp is on waivers. How old are you at this point? 36. Yeah, we're not claiming Andrew Kopp off waivers. No, thank you. All right. I gotta be honest. I think this could work. I do. Let's send down Michael DiPietro again. Nemec and Werenski, Kapanen and Goodrow, Villeneuve, and Luca Morelli. Why not? We'll give Luca a chance. Have TJ Brody as the healthy scratch. That's fine. Waugh, Shields, Riopel, McCown. It called up Poirier, who would have to go through waivers. That's a shame. Lindstrom, Gunderson, Lamb, McLeod, Johnson, Jackson, Cross, and Konko, who obviously we can put through waivers. Or not even through waivers. We can just send them down. So, where do we need people, right? Because it's Lindstrom, Johnson, Waugh. I really like that look of the Lions, even though Waugh does not fit anything about Sidney Crosby's top line ideals. Gunderson, Cross is injured. And Shields. Lamb, Jackson, Riopel, McLeod. Okay, so I need a second line center because Cross is hurt. And a fourth line center. And I guess Justin Poirier is going to be our healthy scratch because I really don't want to lose him on waivers. I might have to try to put him through waivers. I might have to. Or he can just be here for a while. That's fine too. In the system. Not much we can do there. I mean, technically we could play Lindstrom, but I don't want to play Lindstrom on the second line. Okay. Let's go for the hell of it. We can go with Engren and Gonchar. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to fix up the lines anyway. It changed a lot of things from how many players we dealt. It did change quite a bit. So, second line center, Gonchar. And fourth line center, Samu Engren. That's tanking, baby. That's tanking. And then TJ Brody will sit for Luca Morelli just to let him play. This is gorgeous. This is tanking at a beautiful level as we welcome Kent Johnson back to the team for the third time. And third time's the charm. We are not going to name a new captain for the rest of the year. We got Werenski with a letter. We got Lindstrom with a letter. I don't know who else deserves a letter on this team right now, to be honest. Most of them don't. Most of them do not deserve a letter right now. Hunter McCown! Hunter McCown, baby. I forgot about him. All right. And then in the AHL, for the hell of it, it named Taylor Hall captain. How dare you? How dare you? Our defensive captain clearly is Ben Sherratt. While for the forwards, Galyanov and Latvian captain Fluginch. Clearly. We're going to be very bad for the rest of the year. Very, very bad. We've been very, very bad all season as it stands. I do believe, though. I genuinely believe we are on a... Okay, never mind. We're done for. I genuinely believe that we are on a decent track here, right? Like, we have a set plan. Oh, my God, so many injuries. I have a set plan for how we're going to go about this. I know. Oh, my God, we're bad. Oh, my God, we're bad and we're injured. Oh, we're bad and we're injured. But we have a lot of draft picks. And that's important. Carnage is up to an 87 here in his first season. I'm just going to go best lines for the moment. And again, I would rather never win than win with a generated head coach. Fuck that. I am all about head coach Sidney Crosby. And if you're not, get on board because it's happening. Not a lot of good picks. I disagree. Injuries are set at default. I'm still experimenting around to see if I want to keep it at that or not. Not a lot of good picks is incorrect, sir. It is incorrect. Do you know how many first-round picks we have over the next couple of years? About as many as I've traded away in this timeline. All right? All right? The funny thing is, we're not even the worst team in the league right now. Not even close, actually. There are some teams that are significantly worse than us, which is pretty funny, including Pittsburgh. And Caden Lindstrom has a sore knee from carrying the team. Columbus Blue Jackets legend Sidney Crosby. Sidney with a Y. Oh, you're a, look at that. Look at that. You're a goddamn freak, Sidney with a Y. Gross. Get shamed. All right, Christian Gunderson could not stay healthy down the stretch. I really don't know how I feel about Gunderson. I really don't. 8-1 loss to Buffalo. See, the problem is when we lose, aside from that shootout loss to New Jersey, when we lose this year, we get blown the hell out. It's brutal. It is brutal. When we lose in tremendous fashion. But we have still won 30 games. I don't know how, but we have still won 30 games this season. Ever won 82 games? Yes, they are. All right, well, let's take a look at how this season played out, since there will indeed be no playoffs in Columbus this year. The Rangers won the division. Carolina will take on New Jersey. Again, we were better than Pittsburgh, which is shocking. On the Atlantic side, it'll be Sabres, Habs. So we know the Rangers will play the Lightning, and the Panthers will play the Ottawa Senators. Go Sean Monahan. Dude, that division was incredibly competitive. Jesus. In the Central, it'll be Winnipeg against Nashville, Colorado against Chicago, Dallas going up against Vancouver, and Calgary will play LA. So we were the third worst team in the league, ahead of Pittsburgh and Anaheim. Okay. Fair enough. I imagine our offense was the worst in the league. Third worst, ahead of Anaheim and St. Louis. Our goal scoring troubles continue. Leading scorer this year was Caden Lindstrom, 76 points, 22 goals. We'll talk about the forwards first. Harvey Shields, 59 points, but a minus 30. Kent, 17 points in 21 games. That's what I'm talking about, Kent. Welcome back. Gunderson, just 45 points, only 20 goals. God, you're such a disappointment. Wow, with 40 points in his rookie year, but was a minus 13, so he's probably not winning the Calder. Jackson, 31 points. Ugh, the depth scoring was pretty rough. Gonchar actually did pretty well this year. Go figure. Engram, 1 point in 18 games. Defensively, Werenski had a great season from a production standpoint, but was a minus 22. 30 points for Daniel Gaudreau. Nemec on 29. Alpinen, Villeneuve, Morelli was terrible. TJ Brody was terrible. The goaltending was terrible. I like the coaching. Like literally, it's like Jack Sparrow going down with the ship. Like I know what the right way to go about building a team is, but my stubbornness for memes might continue to cost me. Your leading scorer in the NHL this season, Kyle Connor. With, of course, line mate Mark Scheifele. Those two continue to be nearly unstoppable in the regular season together. You had Nathan McKinnon up there as well. Pedersen, Stützle's best season with the Sens. He's loving life since we reunited him with Brady Tkachuk. You're welcome, Ottawa. Lekkerimäki up there for Vancouver. Let's see. I will, I don't know where the hat is. Hold on. Trying to see if I can find the hat. I can't find the... Every player that I trade away, in this case, Jordan Demay. Yeah, I don't know where the hell the hat is. The old cum bucket of shame. Fuck. So we traded away Jordan Demay a while ago because he wouldn't become a playmaker. And turns out he didn't need playmaker to be a good playmaker while playing next to the top two in Winnipeg. I'm still correct that him becoming a playmaker and developing playmaking abilities as opposed to shooting abilities would have been for the best. Granted, he has a good shot. But that backfired. That backfired. He started off real fucking slow, but yeah, he's been a late bloomer. And then Brady Tkachuk had 62 goals. Oh boy, I do things for the memes and for the drama of it all, and it always backfires. It's hilarious. Where's McDavid? Good question. He could have had injuries this year. Edmonton could have kind of taken a step back. Hey, he only had 93 points in 82 games. He is 34 at this point, though. So, top goal scorers: Kyle Connor, Austin Matthews, Brady Tkachuk, Leon Draisaitl, and Nathan McKinnon all hit 60 goals. Nobody hit 50, though. Or happened to be in the 50, aside from the guys that hit 60. I can't believe Brady Tkachuk finally went and did that. Boy, imagine if we had a combination like Brady Tkachuk and Tim Stützle. Imagine. Defensively, Cale Makar was insane. So was Quinn Hughes. So was Adam Fox. This is the most we've seen defensemen score. Clearly, though, we still made a good decision in detaching ourselves from a certain defenseman who I cannot believe still hasn't shown up here. Where the hell? Wow, Evan Bouchard's terrible. Evan Bouchard is terrible. So we didn't make the wrong call moving on from him. Winning us goaltender, Dustin Wolf. You also had Devin Levi, Joe Wall, Jet Greaves, and Nicholas Coco. who was apparently in Seattle. I didn't even notice he was there. Hideki met him. And then 9 shutouts for Eustace this year. Jesus Christ, that's the most we've seen in the season. Daig posted a 9-14 for Nashville. But think, we have 4 first-round picks because of them. So, anything over a 9-15 was pretty damn good, too. Eustace is probably winning the old Vezina. Top rookie is... Wah might actually still win the Calder. He might. Outscored Gillies, who was worse in terms of plus-minus. Like, I can't imagine Soderstrom being a +3 is enough to make up a 15-point gap. So there's a chance Caleb Waugh is still going to win the Calder, which would be nice. Grizz, what's up, buddy? It is my fault. I didn't yell at them loud enough. I did yell at them. Trust me, I yelled at them over pricey pond hockey. I didn't yell loud enough, apparently. So a season of building blocks for the Columbus Blue Jackets this year. I cannot possibly fire Sidney Crosby, can I? I can't. It's got to be head coach Sid. It's got to be. Come on. Who wants to win with a generated A+? Anybody can do that. Not everybody can win a Stanley Cup with Sidney Crosby because it's impossible to win a fucking Stanley Cup with a C-rated coach, but that just sounds like an excuse. So that's why we're going to win. We'll see if our AHL team made the playoffs as well. Why did it say Johnson played 139 games? Because he's a fucking Hulk. That's why. I don't know. Also, I totally forgot to look at that dude at the deadline. I just realized. Whoops. Waugh's 66 and Crosby is the coach on your team. Yeah, Waugh grew up idolizing Josh Hosang, the best number 66 in the history of the NHL. Love me some Josh Hosang. Love me some Josh Hosang. All right. Cleveland did make the playoffs, but they were eliminated in round 2. What's the year limit? 25 years still. They have not increased the year limit, unfortunately. Still 25 years. Vancouver, Tampa, Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. The only person happy about this is X-Tech's son. If you know, you know. In terms of his kid's name. Let's find out. Let's find out. The Vancouver Canucks have won the Stanley Cup. They have done it. They have done it. Belleville Sens win the Calder Cup. I think Caleb Waugh won the Calder. Bang, let's go. +3 poise, +2 speed, a potential likelihood increase. Okay. We have a Calder winner. That's our second Calder winner after Caden Lindstrom. Very nice, Mr. Waugh. Very nice. Of course, salary cap's going up. Let's take a look, though. Let's take a look at how this is playing out. Again, Vancouver wins in 7 over Tampa. Ottawa with Sean Monahan didn't even make it out of the first round. I'm sorry, Monty. I tried. Do we still suck? By design, we took a step back this year, yes. Isn't the man already high for... exactly. He could end up being high franchise. You never know. Vancouver. The Vancouver. Led by Pedersen, Besser, Hughes, Lekeramaki, Atu Ratu has finally made the team. Former Blue Jacket Josh Philman. I don't think there's been a single cup winner that has not had a player that I've given up on at some point. Son of a bitch. Mark Del Gaizo, former Blue Jacket. And Joseph Wong got Madge Sogard, former Blue Jacket. I am so good at building teams, just not my own. Vancouver, though. You see, Carolina, Colorado, Chicago, Vancouver, your last 5 cup champs. Kyle Connor won the Art Ross Trophy. It's had 5 different winners in the past 5 seasons. The Hart Trophy goes to Kyle Connor. It has had 5 different winners in the last 5 seasons. Your Norris Trophy goes to Cale Makar. ending the run of 3 in a row by Adam Fox. You were called our winner, Caleb Waugh. Caleb Waugh. It is Waugh, but Caleb Waugh. That's right. Brady Tkachuk may have scored 60 goals, but did he win the Calder? I don't think so. Conn Smythe winner, Elias Pettersson. Your Vezina winner is Eustace. He also won the Jennings with former Blue Jackets goaltender Melker Thielen. Son of a bitch. Ryan Pollock wins the Masterton. Jack Adams goes to New Jersey's coach. Pock wins the Selke for Los Angeles. Connor wins the Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard. In the AHL, dude named Doripo scored the most points. He was also league MVP for the Marlies and the top goal scorer. A dude named Appel was the top rookie. Philip Kral, the top defenseman. Best goaltender, Mackenzie Blackwood. And the MVP of the playoffs, Ty Dellandrea of the Belleville Senators. So that sets us up for the draft. We have at least one pick in play, in which case we did not win. But Ottawa fell from 3 to 5 with our pick. So maybe it's a good thing we didn't trade for it. It's Vegas, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Anaheim, and then Ottawa. We have the 12th pick currently thanks to Seattle, but obviously we should be able to move that and make a big play happen. In terms of retirements, Artemi Panarin, JT Miller, Matt Duchene, Mika Zibanejad, Elias Lindholm, Jeff Skinner, and Mark Stone all hit at least 1,000 points. Kreider, Taylor Hall, Bo Horvat were all a little bit short. Defensively, Victor Hedman, Josh Morrissey, Brandon Montour, amongst others, including Damon Severson, who, boy, what a player he was for us. The goalies, Freddie Anderson, Bruins legend, Jonas Korpisalo, Anthony Stolarz, Malcolm Subban, and others. Any coaches this year? Yes, Bo Horvat. You are a Blue Jackets staff member. Probably. All right. So off to the 2031 draft. My goodness. My goodness. Does anybody in the top 5 want to move their pick? Ottawa wants to move the 5th overall pick. So we're going to be able to get it for cheaper than we would have earlier. It pretty much doesn't matter who's going to be left. We'll take whoever's left because they'll be better than who we have. That said, it is worth double checking. That guy's 2 years out. High 9? 3 years out. Nesterov is NHL ready. Matti Laitinen is unconfirmed NHL ready, but close. Oladansk, NHL ready. Juha Lehtinen, unconfirmed NHL ready. Racine, apparently our scouts didn't look at all. Juha Marjamaki. How do I know more about people in Finland? He's 1 year out. Graham Vandenbush, 2 years out. That's not that bad. Sebastian Fical. Matt Keeping is 2 years out. Legault is 3. Salcedo's 3. Any other steals here? Murray Lees might have the potential. Unconfirmed X Factor, though, so that's a negative impact for him. Ossie Thorison's 3 years out. Hudson Holmes. This guy's a bust, yeah. Zach Peterson? No. Ronnie Maltby. Okay. So if we are going to trade up in this draft, it's going to have to be like into the top 15 is what we're seeing here. Good to know. Unconfirmed X-Pac. His ability is make some noise. Eric Hickett's 2 years out. Sigalet, 2 years out. That's not that bad. Ron McAllister, low elite. Yeah, he's going to be like a 65. Tim Webb, not necessarily worth it. Okay. Yeah, I think we are pretty well aware of what this draft is looking like for us. So again, we have the ability to trade up into the top 5, and from there, we'll see if we can trade up again. Vegas with the first overall pick takes Lackey, also known as Clacky, 82 overall, medium elite. Before we talk to Ottawa, and we got the 12th and 17th picks. That's not bad. I don't think there was anybody else that we wanted to trade away, right? Because we would have done that. We would have done that at the trade deadline. So, Ottawa, let's talk. Let's talk. I would like my own draft pick back, please. And the question of what I am willing to give up, I don't quite know the answer to that. Dobin wouldn't be too bad. Grachev, if we can give him up. He's not worth much, though. Riopel. DeMaio's got a little bit of value. And yeah, you're right. Waugh did go high franchise after winning the Calder. That's huge. Again, that's who we traded Brady Tkachuk for. We'll see if we live to regret it. But we do have a high franchise player now, which is pretty sweet. So if we use... God, what are we going to have to use to trade up a fifth? I mean, a medium 6 player to get a medium elite would make sense, right? Like, Riopel is fine. Again, ideally, he'd be a left wing anyway. And he's got a lot of competition on that left-hand side. What if we use Riopel here? What if we use Riopel? Schoenmakers was another one who might have to switch sides, but at least he's a medium elite. Lamb, a lot of competition on that left-hand side. Also setting up to be a sniper, but where the hell are you going to have the space? You know? If we use these two medium 6s, we'd have too many skaters. If we use these two. Give me Nazco back after all this time. I don't know how close this would be. We'll safety net it. Man, they're willing to get rid of all their picks. Safety net it with some lower picks, though. Riopel and Lamb, how close are we? Take out the extra picks. Okay, we are going to have to use a little bit more. Goalie-wise, let's use Harima. Still not there. Do we have any other unsigned players? Kuleshov. This guy's terrible. Still nope. Probably going to have to use another draft pick here, but it'll be worth it. Can we use Young? Still not enough. Okay, well, it is going to take at least one more pick. What if we use the 96th pick, round number 3? Quite far off. Uh-oh. Well, let's get Kuleshov out of there, and we'll add 2/3. 96 and 95. So Riopel, Lamb, Harima, and 2/3. Minnesota takes a defensive defenseman. Again, good thing is it saves our trade in progress, which is really nice. Still not enough. Still quite far off. Oh, shit. What about 3 third-round picks? Lamb and Riopel. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What if we use the 89th? We'll just slowly start inching our way up the 3rd round. Still quite far off. It's probably going to take a second, but we know we're getting a medium elite player for it. Yeah, let's just keep inching our way up the 3rd round. The good thing is that 2nd rounder is basically a 3rd. Right? Because it's very late from Vancouver. So what if we have that 2nd and then we go back to the late 3rds? Oh, Ottawa. After all of our dealings together, you can't just do me a solid this one time. Let's be honest. These two guys are probably going to win a Stanley Cup with you. And you're sitting here nickel and diming me. You got to be kidding me. Come on now. I'm going to keep trying. Let's just do these top ones. There we go. All right. So, Lamb, Riopel, a second, and a couple of thirds. We do get the 5th overall pick from Ottawa while retaining our other first rounders. So, the player left over for us is a Swedish center, Jesper Jorgensen, who played in Finland. Oh, Jesper. Ooh. Okay. NHL ready. Confirmed all alone as a playmaker. Oh my God, Kent Johnson's gonna get traded. He's literally the Kent Johnson replacement. We're gonna have to trade Kent again. But clearly he's the pick. Welcome in, Jorgensen. 80 overall, medium elite center. Welcome in. And yeah, his playmaking ability. He's got some physicality on him too. Not bad. Not bad. Nobody inside the top 10 is willing to trade their pick. We do have the 12th overall. However, that means we are just going to miss out on that core of 4 there. There is Juha Marjamaki, and he was the last half-decent guy we were looking at. Another center, no less. So it would make sense to trade the 17th to move up for one of these guys. All of them, well, Lehtinen and Lehtinen were not guaranteed to be NHL ready. So that means we're probably looking at Nesterov or Dansk. NHL ready for him. Nesterov. Unconfirmed shutdown. I mean, Dansk is going to be a very typical, prototypical power forward. Lehtinen might be an offensive defenseman, which is interesting. Maybe we just leave it up to chance. I don't know. Maybe the AI will do something dumb. So yeah, pick 17. There really wasn't anybody crazy. But again, if teams don't want to trade these picks, we know it's going to be expensive, and I don't really want to give out the value to do it. So let's leave it up to chance, I think. Dansk almost made it to us. Lehtinen, Nesterov. Nesterov was a 79 with truck, silver truck. Lehtinen was a 74. Lehtinen a 77. Dansk was a 79. I mean, Dansk and Nesterov would have been worth it, but that does still leave us with Juha Marjamaki, who's 1 year out, so he's not going to be quite as good. Yeah, he's a 72. And maybe we should have traded up. He's not bad, but yeah, maybe we should have traded up. But like I said, I know a lot of the value just wasn't great. Obviously, that trade already went through. That 17th overall pick. They're going to third and a fourth. 2 seconds in Allmark on an expiring deal. Shit. We should have traded up because now I'm kind of stuck with that pick, and I don't really have anybody to get with said pick that's going to be worth how much that pick is worth. We need to try to find a trade here for more of a guaranteed asset. Is there a team? Shout out to Ridley Gregg. Is there a team looking to move on from a prospect that we could pick up here? Please. Please, please, please. Otherwise, we screwed up. Old Kirby Doc. There's not much out there right now. There's not much out there right now at all. At least that we'll be able to get fair value. Chibrikov was mentioned before, wasn't he? I don't know if it was the same Chibrikov, though, because that's actually Nikita Chibrikov. No one looking to get rid of a significant prospect here. Might have to, well, oh, God, that guy's 23. If he wasn't 23, that would have been decent. We might have to look for a goalie, to be honest. Davis. Sweet, beautiful Davis. How you doing, buddy? How the heck are ya? Kobayashi's a 56 at 18 years old. Ugh. Man. Yeah, we got stuck holding the bag here with this draft pick. We should have traded up. I was a bit too cautious for once, and it immediately backfired. 62 overall at 21. That guy's terrible. Anybody giving up a first next year? We already know the answer to that. Come home from work. Damn, the late shift, eh? Bring back Elvis. Well, oh man. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get stuck with this upcoming draft pick, and that's a bit disappointing. Racine, who we knew nothing about, was also in that same caliber. Fuck. Yeah, we dropped the ball. And now Buffalo's willing to trade their pick. I don't know if they always were. I don't think there was anybody left, though, right? I don't think there was anybody left. It was in that caliber. Like, yeah, there's players with potentials, but 2 years out for Vandenbush is okay. Oh, we don't know nothing about. We don't know fuck all about fuck all. 2 years, 3 years. There is Murray Lees that we can take a shot on just to hope he's a medium elite. Keep the pick. Go for that guy. That's our best play. That is our best play. Murray, are you actually going to be good? Please actually be good. No, he's a very, very typical option. Yeah, so we lost some value there. That's okay. I can afford to lose a trade or two. Although you could argue I've lost several. So now we are kind of scrub hunting to find somebody who isn't quite a scrub. Let's see. Anybody that's above a 2 out of 4. You know, a lot of 3 out of 4 for low elite. It's not bad. Some 3 out of 4 for medium 6s. We'll have to take a look at these guys. A confirmed medium 4 defenseman in Sergei Chubarov, who might be decent, and a 3 out of 4 starter. So the goalies. We have Zach Ralston, 19 years old, 5 years out. Kurt Sorelli, 19 years old, 5 years out, unconfirmed light work. And Dave LeClaire, 20 years old, unconfirmed 4 years out. That's not great. Defensively, Topi Kalvasari, 17 years old, 5 years out. Chubarov, 18, 5 years out. Kirk Kong of the Lethbridge Hurricanes, terrible. Gavin Nugent-Hopkins, terrible. And Ben Lashoff, pretty bad. So far, it's Kalvasari, and we don't even have to take him this early. Right wing side, Hunter Volk, 5 years out at 18. Jean Benin, 5 years out at 19. 5 years out at 18 for Nakamura. Ryan Darby, 4 years out at 18. Okay, it might be Darby. And Nicholson, unconfirmed, 4 years out at 19. Old Brian Darby of Saskatoon might be our guy here. I think he is. Mr. Darby. Medium 9. I hate it here. Oh, I hate it here. How the hell is he 4 years out at a 59 overall? You lie, game. You lied to me. Why must you lie? Oh, that's so rude to lie like that. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so rude. Could just go for LeClaire based on where he's projected to be drafted. 4 years out of the AHL, right? Let's go for Dave LeClaire. Medium starter goalie. Oh, God, we have back-to-back picks. Let's go for Sergei Chubarov. At least get a medium 4. Right now, it's about acquiring trade fodder in the third round. None of these guys are looking like crazy steals. We could just start taking random players and hope to get lucky, but Let's take Zach Ralston. We do get a medium elite goalie, 53 overall, so that's good. That's decent trade bait. We recovered some value on the pick. Let's go for Nakamura's the next projected player. How good was he? Medium 6 forward? Okay. All right. At least in terms of trade fodder, we got a couple of players there. We'll see if there's another late steal. We'll take Sorelli here just because next projected. Another medium elite goalie. He won't turn into anything, but somebody to build around. Scotty, what's up, man? How's the stream going earlier? Hunter Volk. I mean, we do have guys at 3 out of 4 low elite. Let's focus on them. Let's take Jean Benin. Low elite, 54 overall. Again, low elites, not as powerful as they were in last year's game, though. In my experiences so far. We'll take Ben Lashoff, another low elite. That's actually us done in this draft. Let's talk to St. Louis here, though. I think we can get something done. So goalie-wise, the high fringe, Harima. Jesus, that's not even enough, huh? That's not even enough. Have anybody else I can just throw into a deal here? What about medium 7th Mahler? There we go. Let's get rid of 2 players that we're never going to use. Get another 7th. Take another one of these guys that might be a low elite. We'll take Calvasari. It was a low 4. Still probably going to have more value than who we just traded, though. So, defensively, again, who else can we just throw into one of these trades? Low 4 Calvasari. What about Pistola as a low 7th? That's not enough. Right wing side. Medium 9 Kuleshov. There we go. Try to take another home run swing here. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. We'll take Ali Nicholson. Time to do shots for you, maybe. All right. Let's be done with the draft. I do think we did well. But I don't know. Some of the risks we've been taking haven't exactly paid off yet.